Hey everybody, it's Laura Kinghan. I'm late once again, yay! Not so much, but today is Feel the Beat. Some of you are returning, so you know my routine. Welcome, and welcome to all of you who are new. I want to just explain a little bit, do an introduction, but really the bulk of today is to just be active. So let me just explain a few things, explain why I'm doing this. Try to not do so many ums. And then I've asked my husband, Kinghan, who is a drummer for the Vanderveer Breaks, to come and really help bring the meat or the bulk of the session today through the music. Feel the beat. It's there's so many different. I referenced before about performance components, excuse me. And so this is one of the reasons why I've talked about slot cars, that hobby, because there's so many different kinds of things you can do. Same thing with music. There's so many different kinds of things that music offers. So in this free offering to the community, really kind of something that we are offering to you all that you can use. You can go back and listen to these videos over and over and over again. And let these videos and the music and what we're offering to you, it's really our intent that it helps to support you. These are really challenging times, and I've been doing these demos since July, and I can see how even just in 6-8 months, I can see how I'm aging. This last year has been incredibly challenging for all of us for different reasons. It's affected me more economically. I left my long-term practice. I worked for the Arizona Division of Developmental Disabilities for like 17 years. I have been an Access Medicaid provider since 1992. So I started my own clinic in Flagstaff, Arizona in January of 2020. I still have that clinic, but I'm rarely using it. And what I've done is I've moved to the telehealth and developed an electronic medical record secure telehealth system, has its own on-screen system that's secure, that's different than Zoom. So I've been working through that telehealth system this year. But what I have found is that these free offerings on YouTube have been helpful to me, and so that's why I've been offering it to you. I have asked for donations. Those of you that are out there that do have some extra funds, we could sure use it. A very dear childhood friend of mine, many of you know, put together a GoFundMe page for me and my husband. And so that's going this week. And the donations that have come in, I mean, that's the idea, is to get donations, but to have those monies come in and that support has honestly been kind of overwhelming, but very much appreciated. I mean, I was able to use conditioner in my hair today. Even those basic supplies. I know a lot of people out there are dying or dealing with death. We are all being seriously challenged. And I believe we're coming into a new era of new ways of doing things. And so I've been asking for donations. No pressure, please. This is from my heart, my husband's heart, to you all. But if you are willing to donate, we would greatly appreciate it. So there's a GoFundMe. I also have Google Pay. I've got the Cash App. I should have the Venmo up before the end of the week. People have mentioned Zelle, Zelle. I can look into that. I mean, whatever works, if that's easier for you all, it's fine with me. We take checks and snail mail too. So without belaboring that point too much more, we all are really feeling the stress. And so my background, I graduated in 1983, and I since then have been a nationally registered occupational therapist. I am also licensed by the state of Arizona to practice occupational therapy. If you go to Facebook, it's really been like my main source, at SSI-FB. My business is Sensory Solutions, Inc. I have a lot of information there. I have several other Facebook pages too. There's several different areas that I'm really trying to promote. Sensory processing issues, like for autism and behavior. It's, I've been called Sensory Queen before. So really the sensory background is so huge. I also run range of motion clinics on Thursdays at 1. I'm not locked into that time, but I can do things with range of motion. So if you go to SSI-OTROM on Facebook, you'll see my range of motion page. I also have at Slot Car Trains information about slot cars, and that's more kind of tapping into community support. The mental health arena has been kind of decimated in these last years, actually last decades. I started working at St. Luke's Behavioral Health Center in 1984 down in Phoenix. It was a really good work, but since then and deregulation, it's really shifted things. So it's my effort to try to at least help support in some ways. So I'm kind of covering several different areas in a wide base. Not to mention the music piece. So really what my business is an educational platform for healthcare. I am looking at, come March, look for special events. I will start putting out ticketed events, paid events, both for me and for my husband. He is a musician, a drummer. Like I said, in the band, the Vanderveer Breaks. So big, huge shout out to Spencer Vanderveer and Eric Carafino. The guys, they are big sound, big energy. It's hard for small venues. They need big places, and they have a lot that they can offer. In the meantime, they're each individually working on their own unique skills and abilities. So I encourage you all to go to YouTube, myself included. Spencer Vanderveer, Eric Carafino, and Sensory Solutions, Inc. On YouTube, it's at SSI-Tube. So all these live demos I've been doing on Facebook, I'm putting on YouTube so you can see them there. I've really done, a lot of the videos have really been building a catalog coming from an occupational therapy framework. So I'm laying the foundation for that. And since it was right before Christmas, kind of shifted gears a little bit. And so we've realized these demos really incorporate kind of a classroom component and then a lab component. I'm actually talking more than I realized. What can I say? But really the bulk of what I want to do is the lab. And so this kind of shifting since before Christmas has been more active participation and more, really, I think, for adults, to let you all know what I'm doing. I mean, some of this is marketing for sure, so that you can see what it's like, how my sessions kind of run, how I work, topical kinds of things. But it feels like, I still want to do these demos. I enjoy doing these demos. I feel like it's something that it's a takeaway for you all, that you can go back and listen to these videos over and over and over again, especially with the music piece. So just from a work standpoint, I do full occupational therapy evaluations. I've done many full school evaluations. A childhood friend who was born the same time I was, Paula, I know you pop in sometimes, school psychologist. We were born on the same day. We do very similar work. But I do other range of motion evaluations and other kinds of OT evaluations, but also treatment. And really, I prefer doing groups, but I can do individual. I was working in individuals' homes for 17 years, working with the client, but also with the families. So, kind of working more in a system that you can see in my work. I do like to do groups. So you'll see some of those special events, paid events. I'll start putting those out there. So working in a group setting can be more financially viable for you and for me, as well as the support that comes from that social setting in working in groups. Let me show you my business card. I'm going to switch gears here. Oops. There we go. So this is my business, Sensory Solutions, Inc. And what we're trying to do is offer strategies to reach wholeness. After tomorrow, you can call me on my cell, area code 631-848-8852. Do not have that fax number anymore, but that's an email address that you can reach me at. But really, the best way to reach me is PM me through Facebook. What else do I want to talk about? So, like I've said, these are active participation sessions, henceforth. These are suggestions, and this is a free offering. So please, so much of what this is about is helping you to get in tune with your own self. A buzz term these days is called mindfulness. And so these are very mindful-oriented activities that I feel like I'm presenting to you all. So much of this is about tuning within. But with that, there's also an element of taking responsibility. I mean, we're in a time where people are trying to throw blame onto other people, and we all need to take responsibility. And there's some freedom with that as well. Even though, taking responsibility can be hard, but we have to. We need to get serious about responsibility. Anyway, so just move, be safe, clear out an area where you know you can be safe with, and have fun. Enjoy this. So without much more talking, hopefully, I've asked my husband to come in, and I've got the microphone. It's going to be weird. And what I'll do is I'll call some different beats, and we're going to play with the beats. And so while we're going to take, I don't know, we'll just play with this. 5 minutes, 7 minutes or so. And we'll just play with some different kinds of beats. And there's a variety of different reasons why I would like to do this with you. Again, thinking of performance components. Connecting with more OTs, more occupational therapists, so welcome. It's so exciting. I've been wanting to connect with OTs for so long in, how do I want to say? In this kind of arena, in the arena that I'm connecting in. And so it's really exciting. So welcome. So I will talk some OT lingo a bit, which is really nice. But I want to pose some questions for you all. Without getting too cognitive oriented, too thinking oriented, I mean, I do want you to just move and enjoy and savor. Feel what comes up for you. You may have different kinds of feelings. In fact, with these different beats, you may even have emotions come up. You may even have triggers. I'm finding with certain music, I was raised in the 60s and 70s. We were raised around music. There's some music that has triggers for me. I mean, I know one song came up and I immediately had an emotional reaction. But at least I was conscious with it and I worked with it, and my husband was open to that. Because otherwise it can be very scary when those kinds of things happen. So pay attention to those kinds of things. Let your body move. Let the energy of the music move your body. I worked with a Down syndrome client about 3 or 4 years ago who really had natural rhythm. I never really danced. Someone made fun of me. My old first boyfriend made fun of me dancing, and so I just shut down. And through healing work, a number of different kinds of processes, I'm now dancing and I'm letting it rip. You'll see. But I think in helping that client, I knew that what was best for her was to dance. So I needed to get over my own stuff in order to be of support to her. And by being of support to her, it helped me. So this is helping me and my husband to offer these to you. So may you be of benefit to that. There's the physical implications, emotional implications. There may be mental, cognitive implications, maybe social, cultural, even spiritual kinds of energies, energies, responses can come up. So just take note of that. Maybe let it go. Put it to the side. Come back to it. Revisit it. But play with it. Have fun with that. Other questions? Do you have any preferences of beats? We are going to hit on different cultures as well with these beats. See what comes up with that. I've spoken before about the medicine wheel and how I believe we are all connected. I've heard recently how some therapists are like, well, I don't need to service everybody, you know, and that is important to have a boundary about that. But we're in a time now where I feel we need to help embrace everybody. We all need to work together. We all breathe the same air. We all drink water. So hopefully that through the music, we'll feel more of that connection. The music to me is like the connective tissue or the glue or the ooze that helps fill in the gaps. Notice if any of the beats, you feel really comfortable with some of these beats. And notice if some of the beats throw you outside your comfort zone. And play with that too. And I guess the last thing is you guys are watching these videos, so I'm going to go with this. But I encourage you in the chat box, on Facebook, on posts, on the threads, on the events, go ahead and comment. I mean, please be decent and nice about your comments, but, you know, even constructive criticism, but what do you like? What would you like? What would you like more of? What's working for you? If you have any serious issues, I'd appreciate it more of a private message. But just have fun with these beats, have fun with these videos. And as always, those of you that watch these videos, I'd like to just say this. With my videos, what I like to do is address self-regulation. And one of the key ways I do that is through working on building our energy levels. So we start out kind of slow, and into the talking and introduction, we're starting to pick up the pace a little bit. And I'm about to go talk on that microphone, and my husband's about to start playing on his drum kit. And it's going to start peaking, and the energy is going to really start to peak, and we're going to hold that for a little bit. But we need to calm back down, and we'll do some quiet time. Because if we don't calm ourselves back down, whether it's emotional regulation or behavior, we can go off and lose it. And I think we're seeing a lot of that. I think a lot of the mental health arena has been de-emphasized these days. And as a result, people are losing it easier. There's more confusion. We're like, what's real, what's not, what's fake news, what's truth? What is my truth? What is someone else's truth? Is my truth because somebody's bullying me into that truth? I mean, lots of issues. So I still talk a lot. That's my classroom portion. So let's get to the lab. We're going to do these beats, but then we're also going to do some quiet time. And so I've asked Kevin that last kind of section of this video will be a calmer, quieter portion. So I've talked before about other kinds of things as far as positioning. And I'm going to just say this now so that I'll minimize saying it then. When we get to that point, I'll let you know when that is. Maybe lie down on a yoga mat on the floor, do like a shavasana. Maybe put your feet up on the couch. Get into a comfortable position where you can lie there for about 5 minutes or so, 5-7 minutes. Time's moving on. We've got about 30 minutes to go here. So we're going to do a bunch of beats, and we're going to do quiet time. Not a bunch of beats. We'll do a couple of beats and some quiet time. With the idea, you can go back and listen to this video over and over and over again, and let this be a therapy session of sorts, whatever therapy is. Let this be a video that can offer some healing to you all, and at this time when we need it. And once again, thank you for your support. I'll start to cry. It really means a lot. I mean, we need to come together, have our own individual talents, skills, and abilities come to the surface so that we can all work together to bring us through these times. That's kind of like my homily or my preachiness, but much love to you all. So I think on that, I'm going to reposition the iPad so you can see the drum kit more. Kevin would prefer to be out of the picture. I think really because the idea is it is about the music and it's about you all and your responses. But you'll still be able to see the drum kit and see the movement from the drums too. So that might bring you all into that. Bring more people in just from the drum kit standpoint. So enjoy. Cue the music. Oops. Okay. Just some positioning. So you'll see Kevin's hands, but we'll keep his face out. Anytime, Kevin. So we're going to start out, I think, like with a more classic sound. Hello, testing. So we're just going to keep this going. We're going to let Kevin keep with his feet for a couple of minutes. And I'm going to do some movement with this. And then I'm going to call away a different beat. And we'll try to do some contrast with the different beats so that you can feel the difference within yourself. So to me, it's a little bit of a quieter sound. How is it for you? My body just wants to do little tiny movements with this beat, but there may be a beat where I'm going to want to do much larger body movements. So we're going to ease into this. Have some fun. For those of you who are bedridden, you can still move to the music. Even simple things like wrist circles, however coordinated I am with wrist circles. It's less about quality of movement, and really just moving. Without movement, we can get very stagnant and congested. So Kevin mentioned a waltz, that he could do a beat that's like a waltz beat. So how does that feel? I want to make big sweeping movements. But that's different than blues. Let's have some blues. We're going to ease into this. We're going to ooze into this. That's picking up the pace. this for Kinghan. Move your body to the music. Laura and a microphone, watch out. This is kind of warm up. So, some exercise for today. Welcome to our living room. If I can do this, you can do this. It's only about 3 years worth of movement for me. Comfortability. Hopefully you guys are moving more than I am. Some of us old timers know disco. your body move and change for positive. Sounds like Kevin is very comfortable with this one. But I wonder if Kevin can shift to a more jazzy type of thing. I know it can. Kevin, to an African beat. We've been wanting to do drum circles with more of an African beat. Really like this. You guys like this too? Talk about getting into your first chakra. wind down. We'll slow it down. We'll start segueing to some quiet time. So Kevin will shift gears on the drum kit. We'll have more of the heartbeat going. Calm it down. So find a place, whether it's on a yoga mat, a couch, maybe there's a restorative yoga position you prefer. We'll take a couple of minutes to calm ourselves back down. It's a fast lab portion. Let's do some relaxing. So slowly bring your thoughts back to the room. You want to wiggle your fingers and your toes. Just reorient back to the room. Thank you, Kevin, for helping to bring music back into our lives. So open your eyes, bring yourself back to the room, maybe stand up. I hope you all have a really good day. Thank you for taking your time out. There's that drum kit. Bye, everybody.